Food chain and food webs. Keystone species.
A ketone species is a species that has a disproportionately large impact on its ecosystem relative to its abundance. In the food web shown, the arrows represent the direction that energy is moving by being consumed and hunted by other predators. Notice that none of the arrows are pointing towards the plants, known as autotrophs, at the base of the food web. This is because autotrophs do not consume other organisms, but instead they make their own food through photosynthesis. If the ketone species is the otter, then here is the likely outcome from the other organisms in the habitat.
Food webs versus food chain.
Food webs versus food chain. A food web will show a habitat with a high biodiversity. Bio means life and diversity means differences. Biodiversity means a large group of different types of organisms. A food chain is much more simple and only involves a linear pathway of energy being transferred between just a few organisms in an ecosystem, but can be useful in seeing how limiting factor impacts a population size. A limiting factor is anything that contains population size and slows or stops it from growing, and can be abiotic, non-living like water, soil, and wind, or biotic, living like diseases, density of food, or competition. In this graph, we see that from 1930 to 1950, a 20-year span, the otter population declined.
Energy pyramid. Energy pyramids show the energy gain or loss within the tropical level in an ecosystem. At the bottom of the food chain are the primary producers like plants, moss, and algae. They receive their energy from the sun and turn light energy into energy for consumers during the photosynthesis. Sugar is the main energy substance made by the plants that consumers can use for energy. The first consumers are called primary consumers and include all herbivores who eat vegetables. All consumers above the primary producers are called heterotroph because they eat others. The 10% is ecology, means that only 10% of the energy consumers digest is actually stored in their bodies. The other 90% of the energy is lost in the form of heat, metabolism, digestions, and others. You can see how the percent of the energy of the tropical level decrease due of the energy loss. In terms of biomass, life mass amount, they are always more primary producers in an ecosystem and less apex predators because of the loss of the energy within the tropical levels.